I want to give my perspective, my current perspective, on gods. Right? I'm going to start it with where I currently stand. What new information? The term God stands for generator, operator, destructor. Right? Take it however you want to take it. Keep an open mind. That's what I say. I still have an open mind. Nothing is set in stone. The reason why I say this is because I haven't even read the Bible. I haven't read much scripture, but I've seen enough, I've researched enough. I haven't just got a book and then read the whole book. I've taken little snippets of everything, listened to everyone's intakes, outtakes, what their actions say, how they act. I've absorbed all of that. And there's a lot of ancient stuff that's coming up now because we have internet, because we have AI that can actually get access to this stuff and put it out there. That's the honest truth. Some people, as well as people releasing the information, which is lovely, which is great, because now we're in a beautiful age where anyone, anywhere, if they've just got one of these, if they've just got the technology, can access anything. Literally anything. It has never been a better time to create, to improve, to change, to... you haven't got to go and meet it, like... I still think authentic, real people meeting is by far better, but... I don't have to go to America to speak to somebody in America. I don't have to go to Mongolia, I don't have to go to Russia, I think it is now, and China. I don't have to go to these places to talk to these people, or even just receive the information, the ideas, the hope, the love, the clarity, even the hate and the deception and the lies and all of that. You don't have to. It's a different world, and if you utilise that tool well, it's like a saw. You can either saw like a... let's not be mean here, but you can either saw without the practice, and you don't know how... I don't know why this is so difficult. You don't know how to cut straight yet. You haven't been taught how to cut. You haven't learned how to cut yourself. So, you cut at an angle, you cut funky, the saw gets stuck, and because you don't know how to use the tool. But then when you use the tool a bit more, or you have other people around you that can show you how to use the tool, like, oh, here, look at this, watch, I saw like this. The same with technology. Look, this is how I use technology. It's the same. It's like we can either use it for our own destruction, or our own and others' improvement of quality of life. It all depends on how you use it. If you extract all this I could say a million things, but for me, the information that I get, the connection with people, the ideas, the hope, the inspiration, the motivation, even though our motivation should come from self, but other people can easily motivate us to be like, yeah, they've done that, so can I. Why can't I do it? I can do it. I am a god, a generator, operator, and destructor. We have those abilities, we have those tools. We do that. We generate shit, we generate stuff. We operate. And we destruct. it's heaven's here. This is all I have to say for those that are. It's hard because things click when they're supposed to click, right? This clicked from me, from hearing it from many people, but I was listening to Bob Marley at the time, and he was going on about we're here, heaven is on earth, and that's when it sort of clicked for me. But when it clicked for me, I was like, oh my god. I mean, yeah, I get these people saying this now. I sort of see how powerful that was, how big that was, how like much they were like, yeah, look at it this way. And then when you look at it, when you look at it that way, you're like that. You're like, wow, what about we were? You know? We're here. We're here. This is why religion takes control of it, saying that you need to beg for forgiveness, you need to do this, you know. God doesn't need your money. I mean the way we're looking at it, like, God can use your money, but he doesn't need your money, because you are God, I am God, we are all God. Yeah, I don't know how, going back to the Bible stuff, I've never read any of this, but I've learned that the Bible is the instructor's manual, the user manual. It's literally our tutorial how to use a saw, how to cut straight. You know, it has been tampered with, and it has been used in its ways, many ways, for control, for obedience, for energy harvesting, for your attention. Your attention is your energy. So before we start getting, oh, he's loopy, he's crazy, just look at it this way. Wherever you put your attention, you achieve. Whether you create, operate, or destruct, you achieve. Whether it's going to work, whether it's making a coffee or breakfast, whether it's making tea, whether it's going out with a dog, whether it's playing tennis or going swimming, or whatever it is, hiking, mountains, mining. We're going forever. This is the beauty of life. There's never, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time to do it all, to learn it all, to see it all. Do you know how beautiful that is? That's what makes it worth it. It's like if you've ever cheated in life, you've ever cheated in a game, if you ever cheated, you'll learn that you have only cheated yourself out of having fun on the journey. That's it. You just skipped to the destination, and then you're like, oh, what now? So what now? Sort of ruined it. Well, that's how I felt when I cheated. I don't like cheating, but I'm honest. We've all been there. It doesn't matter how. We have to try to learn. That's sort of our mechanism. How you're supposed to learn without trying. I was told this quote, and it was, if you don't try, you don't know what you're missing out on. And this was in the reference of drugs. And yes, in that situation, to an extent, yes, when I say to an extent, it's the rebellious side. Is that when you're told you can't do something, curiosity flows. You're more likely to do something and try it. But me, I still seen the dangers of all man-made, so I just stayed clear of man-made. Did not do much at all, because the proof was in the pudding. The proof was in the pudding. That was not good for me. My body was like, no, get out, be gone. And so it did, and so I listened. The reason why this quote is so powerful is because I flipped it. I sort of looked at it because I stood by it for a bit. Like I held on to it because there's an exception to every rule. So it's not like you just have a quote and it just works for everything. Like, keep it simple, stupid's another. Beautiful quote, but sometimes you need to think out the box. Sometimes you need to dream big, sometimes you need to do these things. This balance, sometimes you need to break out of that box. Sometimes you need to be innovative and creative and adaptive and evolve. Things get better, they change, nothing stays the same. It's like nature evolves, we're nature, we're the same. It's very clear and apparent with the age of technology. I want to clear, I'll just keep it going. Everything ties in. When I was 10, I was walking around the city centre, the town, the main hub where all the shops are, the village. I was walking around there, and I was walking with my mum, and I remember turning to her and being like, "Have you seen? Well, can you see like how crazy is it? How much technology's come?" Like I was like, in 2-3 years. I don't know how old I was. Is it 2010? I was 8, 9, and I was like, "Look, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we did not have what we got now. Like it's insane." And like just looking at it back on like the 2 years, I was like, I can see this being crazy. Like, look how quick we've evolved in 2 years. And I didn't use the word evolved because I was effing 8, you know what I mean? But I was like, it's freaking crazy. Like, but I could see it then. How quick things were changing, moving, churning. And yeah, I guess this is how it ties in. But because of that, we've got more options than ever. We've got more opportunities than ever. And the reason why that ties back into that quote I said earlier is because I flipped it. And if you don't try, you don't know what you're truly missing out on. Now you'll think, you didn't flip it, you just said the same thing. No, but I flipped the perspective, the way I looked at it. The way I looked at it was, yeah, if I never tried, then I would have never found out. If I never tried to be better, do better, if I never tried again, if I never tried to go to the beach, if I never tried to climb that mountain, if I never tried to conquer that thing, and I'm not saying this is the self-consciousness, but conquer a goal. You set out to do something and you do it. That type of conquering, that type of conquering of yourself. If you don't try, then you don't know what you're truly missing out on. So why not try? At least try to be you. In a world that doesn't want you to be you. But it does at the same time. You learn to look at it from both perspectives. Peace and chaos. You are worth trying for.